Welcome to this weird travel series where we talk about what it's like to be on board a cruise ship with an active norovirus outbreak. If you didn't catch my last video, we're on a 12-night cruise around the British Isles, and we got notified earlier today that some passengers have fallen ill, and that is trending upwards, the amount of people that are reporting these symptoms, and so they have enacted some protocols for a norovirus outbreak. So basically, we got back on board today after being anchored in Stornoway all day off the coast of Scotland, and these notices were waiting for us. I have been on dozens and dozens of cruises and have actually never had anything like this happen that I knew of, but I think part of what's happening is that they've identified a problem early on and are putting protocols in place. And this letter says basically that they have developed these protocols and programs on board with the help of the CDC and the UKHSA, and those measures are enacted when a certain threshold gets crossed. And it basically gave us some super simple information on how this norovirus can spread, what the symptoms are, what to do if you're experiencing symptoms, and how to try to prevent the spread with extra hand washing and hand washing instead of in addition to hand sanitizing, as hand sanitizers are not fully effective against it. And actually, the announcement as we started sailing away again, the captain came on and basically read this whole thing out loud, spoke again about it, and encouraged, hygienic protocols. And it was dinner time when that was happening, and we didn't plan on going to the main restaurant tonight, so I was like, let's get up to the buffet before everyone touches the food. But I am very happy to report that these protocols seem to be pretty strict. There's not a lot of confusion amongst the staff or any sense of panic or anything like that. And the crowd seems to be going with the flow. Nobody's screaming or arguing yet. So what are we doing to hopefully prevent this from getting bad? In addition to the reminders for hand washing and everything, they've asked that you don't shake hands with people, that you don't touch elevator buttons and door handles with your hands if you can help it. And around the buffet, they had a lot of new precautions. We've been at the buffet 2 or 3 times so far this trip, and they had a whole new system set up tonight. So by the time the buffet opened at 6, they had people stationed at the doorway of the buffet doing hand sanitizer pumps. And then as you got in towards the line, they had basically made the buffet a one-way street. So you had to get in line and loop around one time through. There was no jumping into line and just grabbing the things that you wanted. And they also completely took away the option for you to serve yourself. So they had everything on the buffet displayed as it would be with the sneeze guards that are usually there. But all of the serving utensils were taken away, and the plates where they were set up, they had someone stationed there to take a plate. They had gloves on. They would take a plate and hand it to you. And then you could go up to each station and request what you wanted, and it would be served to you on your plate. And this ensures that everyone's going up with a clean plate. There's nothing touching anything that has already been contaminated by potentially someone with the virus. Even the drinks and the usually self-serve ice cream station had been switched over to have people stationed there. There were velvet ropes up to block people off so they could not get to the drink machines without stopping and requesting their drink. Plates, when you finished, were being cleared away immediately, which has seemed pretty standard already on the ship. And things like utensils were being laid out for you rolled up. Salt and pepper shakers were not on the table. You had to request the condiments, and a server would get that for you. They've also announced that additional cleaning protocols and sanitation protocols are in place, and high-touch areas are going to be wiped down almost constantly. So while this is never good news to get, the response has been great, and I actually feel more comfortable after going to dinner and seeing what they're putting into place. It does seem like a relatively small number of people have reported symptoms so far, so it was just the speed at which they were increasing, I guess, that set off the alarms, but they reported that it's about 15 people with symptoms so far, and I think I've heard the cruise ship has about 2,000 passengers on it. So I will post another update tomorrow. Cross your fingers, wish us luck. Hopefully everyone that is not feeling well recovers quickly.